Hey, it's Clay at claycharter.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, September 17th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're somebody that uses charts within your decision-making process as a trader, or who knows, maybe you're just interested in learning more about technical analysis and the tool of charts to help make good decisions as a trader, then this will be a video for you. Real quick before I get started, keep in the back of your mind that if you are liking what you see and you do want to learn more about the tool of technical analysis and how it can help you build consistency, then I am offering a free live class depending on when you watch this video this evening. Now, if you're watching it on Friday morning, then it will already have happened. But in either situation, I realize you maybe just missed it, or I get it. Maybe this is too last minute. You have something on your schedule already. But it will be recorded. So if you would like to still see what I have to say, just drop me an email, which you can see right there, clay at claycharter.com, and I will gladly send you a recording either later tonight or early tomorrow morning, and that way you won't miss out on it. Because again, now I'd love to have you live, but if it's too last minute or you just miss it because you're watching this, like I said, on Friday morning, drop me an email and I'll send you a recording. First one here, ticker symbol CEI. Been doing this one, I feel like, every day for the past 3 weeks, but this thing continues to trend higher and higher. And as long as this thing keeps on putting in those higher highs and higher lows, then I will be here to keep things updated. And that's once again what happened today. There was a bit of a consolidation here on Wednesday, but then today put in those new highs. Sure, the price has pulled back here, but from the grand scheme of it all, everything is still perfectly fine. So I'm just going to do a couple updates here as we have our new kind of key battleground point right up there at $1.85. Nothing fancy or complicated behind that, other than the fact of that's just simply where the momentum today stopped. And then as far as areas of support, going to go ahead and just get rid of that green line for now, as it served its purpose. And key level to continue to watch moving forward just is all about that purple line there, the 50-period moving average. As the name implies, that line is going to move itself higher and higher. So in many senses, that's kind of like a trend line that's going to draw itself for you. So in other words, as long as the price stays above that trend line, as a trend line itself uptrends, well then by definition, the price is still in an uptrend, and that's what you ultimately want to see. So overall, like I said, higher highs and higher lows is the name of the game. As long as that continues to happen, then I'm going to definitely keep this thing updated. Next one here, ticker symbol AMC. And overall, it tried today. And then, I don't want to say it was a catastrophe, but it was a pretty big rejection. Now, rejection of what? Well, this will mean a little bit more to those of you that have watched past videos, but I've been talking about that red line right there at $49. And you can see right here, the price never hit it exactly, but it certainly got within the general vicinity of it. But then after it got there, not only did it act as a resistance, it smacked the price down pretty good. Now, again, in the sense of the entire chart's destroyed, I'm not saying it in that sense. I'm just saying that after the price got up around that area, these next 4 candles, you can see, were just basically straight down. So apparently that $49 range is not impossible to break, but it's going to require quite a bit of energy on the bull's part. So $49 remains that key level, and I'll just extend that line out to continue to watch it. So you're going to want to keep a close eye on that. As far as areas of support are concerned, that pink line there is going to be an important level in the near term, which is the 200-period moving average, and essentially right where the price is at right now. In the event the price does push down through that 200-period moving average, next key level, that still I'm not going to call it do or die level, but one you would want to see hold would be that $45 mark. So yeah, today a bit of a disappointment, but still one day left, and who knows? It is AMC, so maybe this thing turns itself right around, gets up to $49, and then busts right through it on Friday. So we'll see. Next one, ticker symbol LPTX. Did this one a few days ago, and once again today, not only did it put in new highs, but it put in new highs by quite a bit. So moral of the story here, definitely a lot of eyeballs on it. And the crazy thing here is that, this already right there on that day was impressive volume. And then you look at today's volume, and it makes that volume look like almost nothing. So definitely a lot more eyeballs on it once again. And I'm sure there's going to be plenty of eyeballs watching it on Friday, rightfully so. So from just a trading standpoint, key level here that stands out, going to be right up there at 275. Again, nothing fancy behind this rationale other than the fact of the price got right up around this general area several times today, could never quite push through. So clearly at 275 is where some sellers are indeed hanging out. So you're going to want to keep a close eye on that. And then as far as the support area is concerned, I'm going to have a general area right there, and let me change that to green to represent more of the support portion, bullish area of the pattern. And then to complete the pattern, just keep it all one color to make it easy. So there's the resistance, there's the support, there's what would be known as the pull portion. We have ourselves a nice little bull flag pattern here. So bull flag headed into Friday for LPTX, but no doubt about it, very, very impressive movement today. And not just a question of can this momentum continue and get the break to the upside on Friday. We'll see how it all plays out. Next one, ticker symbol IRNT, an absolute monster yesterday on Wednesday, another monster today on Thursday. And, definitely, kind of back to the drawing board. And I'm going to get both these lines out of here as I've served their purpose for now. But the new kind of key level of resistance, now keep an eye on moving forward, going to be that resistance trend line right there. And then on top of that, as far as the supports are concerned, you have this dynamic here going on, which is now forming basically a rising wedge pattern, which is bearish. Now, just because something's bearish does not mean that for sure guaranteed the price is going to go down. Just as though something's bullish doesn't mean that for sure guaranteed the price is going to go up. But my point here is that at least at least a rational thought that this thing could, come down even further. Yeah, I definitely think so. Again, and coming down doesn't mean that I think this thing's going to crash or anything like that. But to see more of a pullback, yeah, I could definitely see that happening. And as far as an area where this could, realistically, in my mind, come down to, certainly that gap close location around $32. So if this lower trend line is violated, then like I said, no guarantees, but I don't think anybody would be surprised to see the price then at minimum pull back to that $32 mark and kind of test that little gap area right there. Or who knows? It is IRNT. Maybe this thing just decides to beast mode it up, turn around, and then, get the break up through that 49-ish area. I suppose that's always possible too. But if I had to guess, given the rising wedge pattern and the bearish nature of it, I would think that more of a pullback is coming. Next one, ticker symbol PLTR, and what a great move today. Talked about this one in Wednesday's top 10 video and talked about that being an area of resistance at 27.50. And yeah, during that opening 30 minutes, and I should have noted way back when, I'm doing the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks, as recalled, represents 30 minutes worth of time. So this green thing right here, candle, represents that first 30 minutes, which you can see broke right up above that red line there. So in technical jargon, got the breakout, and from there, never really looked back. Continue to slowly break out the rest of the day. So, that's the context headed into Friday, is there is this breakout that has occurred. And I'm looking at one of my other monitors to see the daily time frame. So yeah, it has been a long time since the price has been up around this area. In fact, let's just go to the daily time frame. And that way it'll make easier seeing where this next level of resistance is, which would be right up here. Let's see, what is that? The $30 mark. And $30 is coming from, let's see, way back here in February. So we're talking about a resistance area that, hasn't been seen since back there in February. So we're talking about multi-month highs here possible. But as of right now, this is the highest it's been since basically back here, and we'll call it, early March. So the breakout is underway, got the nice volume today. Not just a question of how much momentum can occur from this breakout. And really the next trouble point seems to be up around $30, which doesn't mean that the price is going to go there. And it also doesn't even mean that the price is going to have trouble there. But just from past history, you can see $30 did present some problems in the past. But, the big talking point here is that huge breakout today. Now it's all just a big question of, okay, well, how much momentum is this breakout going to pick up? So the next few days are certainly going to be very interesting. Next one, ticker symbol OPAD, and very, very impressive setup here on this one, especially due to that last 30 minutes of the day. So again, each one of these represents 30 minutes. So last 30 minutes, you can see nice big green candle, and then you have the good surge in volume right here. So really the line has been drawn in the sand. It is all about that level right there at $20.85. You can see that's right where the price essentially stopped going up the last 30 minutes. And then that's not too shocking when you correspond that with, oh, well, it's been rejected from that area before. So in other words, that is the big breakout point moving forward. That is the big question, especially on those people that enjoy playing breakouts, is can the price actually get the break up above $20.85? So keep a close eye on that. Again, from the breakout standpoint, if you're somebody that enjoys playing pullbacks more, you just feel more comfortable with that. In my mind, the key pullback point can be right down there around the $17 mark. But all in all, you got to like, the volatility on this one. Obviously, just huge volume on this. So plenty of eyeballs on it. But yeah, at the end of the day, what makes this, at least in my opinion, the most interesting is just how strong the last 30 minutes was, and then just how well defined now this key breakout point at 20.85 has become. So let's see if the price can actually get the break above it or not on Friday. Next one, ticker symbol INDP. Talked about this one yesterday being probably one of the most ugly charts in all of the markets, and did get some upwards movement, came back down. But what now does make this, continue to be very interesting is it seems as though maybe people are kind of losing interest in it. You look down here at the volume has really fallen off, but it's also a question of, or maybe not, maybe just the market thinks that it's forgotten about it, and this thing is just about to come, to life back again, because that, as it demonstrated on Wednesday, this thing can move and move very quickly. And now that we have, a couple more data points here, very clear key breakout point moving forward now, going to be right up there at that $15 mark. So if the price can work its way back up to 15 and get the break up through there, does that mean it's going back up to 27.50? I'm not saying that, but does it mean that that would be kind of a good leading indicator and a good, at least a rational thought process to have of, hey, I think this might be the start of the bulls coming back and showing more strength? Yeah, absolutely. So keep a very close eye on 15. And then as far as supports are concerned, the two main levels that I would say are must holds are the purple line there, the 50 period moving average, and definitely the must hold level would be that pink line down there, the 200 period moving average, currently valid at 975. But yeah, we'll see if this thing is actually, kind of game over, or if this is just kind of a little false sense of, oh, okay, nobody cares about it anymore. And then all of a sudden the thing comes roaring back to life. So the next few days, especially Friday, will be very, I think, telling. Next one, ticker symbol BBIG. And just to set up some context here, I am going to make a bit of an adjustment now that we have more data. I've been talking about 975-ish being the key level of resistance, but now that we have more data after today, especially that data point right there where the price got rejected at $9.40, it seems as though that's going to be the main area of resistance, which does make good sense because you correspond that back to there, and that's also right where it got rejected. So moving forward, if there is any sort of, return back upwards, the big question mark on pretty much every breakout player and their, brothers, uncles' mind is, okay, can $9.40 be broken? And if it can, again, no guarantees, but is that at least a valid and rational thought that could lead to more buying and, just that much more momentum? Yeah, absolutely. So keep an eye on 940. And then what's interesting about this from the support side of things is the price doing a fantastic job of honoring that pink line there. Again, the 200 period moving average, you can see honored it during that opening 30 minutes, and then during the last 30 minutes basically bounced right off that level. So in many senses, you have a pattern here where you have the breakout point at 940, and then if we just pretend that pink line there is a trend line, you have this nice little interesting wedge pattern here, which just brings about the question of, okay, well, who's ultimately going to win out within this wedge? Are the bulls going to win out by getting the breakout to the upside, or are the bears going to win out by getting the break to the downside? That all remains to be seen. But nonetheless, volume did return to it a bit today. And who knows, maybe this thing is setting up for a bounce off that 200 period moving average to then get the break of 940. And then as this thing has shown in the past, it can move and move very quickly. So we'll see what happens with it. Next one, ticker symbol TUEM. I don't know if I've ever heard of this ticker before, but don't really care because, hey, today it showed some signs of life, good solid volume. We have ourselves a nice technical pattern. So we'll see what happens with it on Friday. So the first key area that, in my mind will need to be broken above is right there at that $2.30 mark. So that'll be public enemy number one in terms of the breakout point. And then as far as supports are concerned, I have a general area right there. And once again, let me change that to green to represent more of the bullish dynamic. And then just to make everything easier to see, there's the resistance, there's the support. Let's put the pull portion in, put the golf hole down there for you golfers, and here we would have a bull pennant pattern. So bull pennant, not just a question of which way is ultimately going to be broken out. Are the bulls going to win with a break to the upside, or the bear is going to push this thing downwards? That all remains to be seen. But as of right now, you got to like the pattern. You got to like all the volume that poured into this today. So we'll see if the momentum can continue into Friday. Next one here, ticker symbol LIFE, and no pun intended here, but after today, looking like it's coming back to life as the volume returned, and not really just a question of, is this volume going to stay strong enough to create some, good, solid technical movement? And the next big technical movement that a lot of people are going to be watching is all about that trend line right there. And I assure you, I don't have some sort of special skill. I'm not trying to portray like that's some sort of great discovery. A lot of people that use and understand charts have drawn that trend line. And I say all that because when a lot of people have drawn the same trend lines, are going to be watching the same thing, wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic, very nice movement. So for those breakout players out there, while nothing is guaranteed, it's more than valid to think that if the price could get up to that trend line and then get the break up through it, that break could very well create good, solid upwards buying pressure. So keep an eye on that from the initial resistance level. And then after that, next key level of resistance would just be up there at the $13 mark. But don't want to get too far out of yourself, because let's just first see if the price can even return back up to the trend line and then get the next big hurdle, break up through there. So keep an eye on that. As far as areas of support are concerned, nothing here has really changed from the past times I've done the video. Continue to watch that purple line there, the 50 period moving average. You can see it did a good job of honoring that late day on Wednesday. So really just watch that. But as of now, yeah, got the movement, got the volume coming back into it. But now just a question of, is there more life in life here? And, can it push up there and get the breakout through there? But it'll be definitely very interesting to see, like I said, especially if the price can continue to creep its way back up to that area, because a bunch of breakout players will be watching that trend line, and rightfully so. So let's see if the bulls can end the week with a good solid breakout. So that wraps up the top 10. And again, if you did like what you see, then I do want to personally invite you to either join the class that's happening this evening or at least drop me an email so you can see the recording of it. So clay@claytrader.com is the email if you're not going to be able to make it. Because again, I understand because it's literally this evening, Thursday, September 16th at 7 p.m. Remember the Eastern time there. So like I said, if it's too last minute for you, you already had plans tonight, then shoot me an email. Or if you're watching this, late on Thursday or watching it on Friday morning, then, obviously you already missed it, but shoot me an email and I'd be happy to send you the recording to it. And that way you can learn more about charts, why they work, how they should be used, how they should not be used, and why they truly are just a great tool to build consistency as a trader. And then as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy this format and if you would like for me to continue to make videos like this, then please communicate that to me by doing two easy things. Hit that like button, leave a simple comment. It could be saying hi. It could be a smiley face. It could be an emoji. It could be, a ticker symbol that you're watching tomorrow. But just hitting the like button, leaving a comment communicates to me that it's worth the time and effort for me to do these videos. And as long as I know that it's worth the time and effort because you're enjoying them, then I have no problem doing them at all. So again, let me know with a comment and hitting the like button. And if you like what you saw and you want to learn more, take your understanding to a next level, then definitely get signed up for the class or just drop me an email and I will send you the recording. Everybody take care. Have a good one.